I matched with my boss on a dating app and I got stuck in love triangle with another coworker, but then it all went down and I lost everything. It all started with a single accidental swipe. I wasn't even looking for anything serious, just scrolling through profiles after a long day in IT, barely paying attention. Then, suddenly, I saw her, Olivia, 32, ambitious, sharp-witted. Her bio was almost empty except for a simple "don't waste my time." Something about that made me laugh. Maybe it was the exhaustion talking, or maybe I just wanted to test my luck. I swiped right. And we matched. Our conversations were surprising. Olivia was sarcastic, a little mean even, but she had this dry humor that I found oddly attractive. She challenged me, never gave easy answers, and yet, beneath all that, there was something soft hidden under her words. I liked it. We went on our first date, then another, and another. Each time, she loosened up more, revealing tiny cracks in her armor. She never talked about her job. I didn't either. Looking back, the signs were there. The way she talked about handling idiots at work. The way she always checked her phone, rolling her eyes at emails. But I didn't put the pieces together until much, much later. Because Olivia was my boss. And I had no idea. At work, Olivia was an absolute nightmare. She was known for her perfectionism, her temper, her complete lack of patience. Everyone in IT feared her. She didn't tolerate mistakes, and if you even dared to argue, she'd cut you down with a single look. I kept my head down, did my job, and avoided her as much as possible. Then I realized I was dating her. The discovery didn't happen instantly. At first, there were small clues. The way she talked about work frustrations that vaguely aligned with things happening in my office. The way she'd reference meetings that sounded familiar. But I still didn't connect the dots. Then, one evening, we were texting, and she casually mentioned a last-minute meeting she had to deal with. The next morning, that same meeting appeared on my work email, scheduled by none other than Olivia Parker. I stared at the screen for a solid 5 minutes, my stomach twisting into a knot. No. No way. I walked into the office that day with my heart pounding. And there she was, Olivia, standing by the glass windows, barking orders at someone, her voice sharp and commanding. I'd seen this version of her before. But now, I'd also seen her outside of work, seen the way she melted when she was comfortable, the way she laughed when she thought no one was watching. I was screwed. For weeks, I kept it a secret. I didn't tell her. Maybe I was a coward. Maybe I just didn't know how. But I couldn't stop seeing her. Outside the office, she wasn't the ruthless boss, she was just Olivia. And I liked Olivia. But then things got worse. Enter Sophia. Sophia was one of my coworkers, sweet, kind, and genuinely one of the nicest people in the office. We got along well, and I knew she had a small crush on me. She never said it outright, but the way she lingered, the way she smiled a little too long, made it obvious. I didn't think much of it. Until Olivia found out. It happened one evening when I was leaving the office. Sophia had stopped by my desk to chat, laughing at some dumb joke I made. And then, like a storm rolling in, Olivia appeared. She didn't say anything. She just watched. But I felt it. The tension. The fire in her eyes. Later that night, she confronted me. Who is she? What? The girl. Sophia. She's just a coworker, I said, confused. Olivia's eyes narrowed. You like her? I blinked. What? No. She's just a friend. She scoffed. She's in love with you. I had never seen Olivia jealous before. Not like this. She was always so composed, so in control. But now she was furious, possessive, and terrifyingly vulnerable. I don't like her like that, I told her. She didn't believe me. She started showing up at my desk more often. Not directly, but she always found some reason to be around. A casual check-in, a random work inquiry, an unnecessary critique. And when Sophia was near? Olivia's eyes would darken, her words sharp. One time, I was debugging a program, and Sophia leaned over my shoulder to ask about it. Before I could explain, Olivia appeared out of nowhere. "What are you doing?" she asked, voice tight. Sophia blinked. "Oh, just looking at his code." "He doesn't need an audience," Olivia snapped, then turned to me. "You're done for the day. Let's go." "Wait, I'm in the middle of." "I don't care," she huffed, crossing her arms. "I'm your boss. Clock out." I sighed, closing my laptop. Sophia mouthed wow at me as I followed Olivia out. The moment we stepped outside, she whirled on me. "You were showing her your code?" "Yes." She narrowed her eyes. "You never show me your code." I smirked. "You never ask." She huffed dramatically. "Well, I'm asking now." That night, I spent 2 hours explaining an AI model to Olivia while she fake pouted, occasionally muttering, "I could do that if I wanted to." But things didn't stay playful for long. One evening, Sophia saw us. I don't know how. Maybe Olivia let her guard down. Maybe I did. But Sophia put the pieces together. She confronted me privately, voice quiet but steady. "You're with her, aren't you?" I didn't know what to say. "You are," she whispered. "I can see it." There was no anger. No accusation. Just heartbreak. I tried to apologize, but what was there to say? She nodded, forced a small smile, and walked away. And then, everything fell apart. Someone reported Olivia for misconduct. I don't know if it was Sophia, if it was just bad timing, or if someone else had noticed the tension. But HR got involved. Rumors spread like wildfire. And suddenly, Olivia was in the worst position possible, accused of favoritism, of breaking the very rules she enforced. She didn't talk to me for days. And when she finally did, it wasn't good. "This was a mistake," she whispered. I wanted to fight for her. I wanted to tell her that she wasn't alone, that I wasn't like him, that I actually cared. But she was shutting down. The storm was back, and this time, I wasn't sure if she'd let me in again. And as I watched her walk away, I realized something terrifying. I might have just lost the best thing that ever happened to me. I accidentally matched with a woman on a dating app. She was fun, sarcastic, and kind of a mess. We went on several dates before I realized she was my boss. And now she's trying to fire me, while also demanding I take her on another date. I never wanted to use a dating app. I was one of those "if it happens guys." But my best friend, Dylan, had other ideas. He stole my phone, set up a profile, and handed it back to me with a smug grin. "Congratulations," he said. "You're officially a hopeless romantic." I rolled my eyes and, out of boredom, started swiping. It was mostly a sea of influencers, travelers, and dog moms. Not much caught my interest until I saw her. Her name was Tessa. Her bio? Completely empty except for, "Bad decisions make good stories." That should have been my first red flag. She had a mischievous grin in all her photos, and something about her felt chaotic. I swiped right, not expecting much. When we matched, I was surprised. When she messaged me first, I was even more surprised. "Tessa, what's the dumbest thing you've ever done?" "Me, downloading this app." "Tessa, good start." "What else?" That was our dynamic. Tessa was quick-witted, sarcastic, and had the energy of someone who made life unnecessarily complicated for fun. She was late to every date, talked with her hands too much, and had the audacity to steal fries off my plate while claiming she wasn't hungry. I liked her immediately. After a few weeks, I realized I was genuinely into her. I never considered asking about her job, and she never asked about mine. I worked in IT, pretty standard. She was in upper management, which I assumed meant she spent half her day in meetings and the other half ignoring emails. We didn't dig into it. And then everything went straight to hell. The realization hit me on a Wednesday morning. I had been late to work after spending the night at Tessa's place. She had been curled up in bed, wearing my hoodie, telling me I was already late, so I might as well call in sick. I should have listened. Instead, I rushed into the office, still half asleep, and walked straight into the weekly department meeting. I took my usual spot in the back, opened my laptop, and started zoning out. Then I heard her voice. I froze. It couldn't be. Slowly, I looked up, and there she was, standing at the front of the room, holding a clipboard, dressed in a sleek black blazer and looking annoyed. Tessa? She blinked, looking directly at me. And for the first time since I'd met her, I saw genuine panic in her eyes. Oh, she muttered under her breath. No. No? She cleared her throat and forced a professional smile. As I was saying, our IT department has been underperforming, and if things don't improve, there will be changes. My stomach dropped. Tessa wasn't just in upper management. She was my boss. For the next 2 days, we avoided each other. I didn't text her. She didn't text me. I figured she was trying to forget this ever happened, which, honestly, made sense. Then, on Friday, I got an email. Subject: we need to talk. From Tessa, Director of IT Operations. I considered quitting. Just walking out and never coming back. But curiosity got the better of me. When I walked into her office, she was pacing behind her desk, arms crossed. She looked furious. We need to establish boundaries, she said immediately. Agreed, I said. She sighed, rubbing her temples. I should fire you. Probably. But I also want to go to that sushi place again. I blinked. What? Tessa groaned. Look, I like you, okay? But this is a disaster. I can't date my employee. It's unprofessional. It's messy. It's fun? I offered. She glared. Don't make this worse. I grinned. So, you don't want to fire me? Tessa groaned again. I don't know yet. Should I be worried? She leaned forward, narrowing her eyes. I haven't decided if I'm keeping you or firing you. But either way, I'm stealing your fries next time. I smiled. Next time, huh? She scowled. Shut up. The next few weeks were pure chaos. We kept things strictly professional at work, barely making eye contact. But outside the office? She kept calling me. Kept texting me. Kept showing up to places she knew I'd be, pretending it was a coincidence. And then there was Maya. Maya was my coworker, kind, quiet, and very obviously into me. I didn't think much of it, until Tessa did. One day, while I was helping Maya debug some code, Tessa stormed into the room, crossed her arms, and glared. Am I interrupting something? She asked sweetly, too sweetly. Maya jumped. Oh. We were just. I wasn't asking you, Tessa said, eyes locked onto me. Maya turned bright red and made an excuse to leave. The moment she was gone, I sighed. Seriously? Tessa huffed. I don't like her. You don't even know her. I know enough. You're being ridiculous. She scoffed. I know when a woman has a crush. I raised an eyebrow. And what? You're jealous? Tessa leaned in. I'm not jealous. I just don't like competition. I smirked. That sounds exactly like jealousy. She glared. Shut up and take me to sushi. Is this an order from my boss? She tilted her head. You really want to test me? I laughed, grabbed my jacket, and followed her out. So now, I'm dating my boss. Secretly. She's still threatening to fire me every other day, mostly when I annoy her. Maya is still around, and Tessa is still furious about it. The worst part? I think I like her jealousy. The best part? She definitely likes me more than she's willing to admit. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.